Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the News on 10 at News at 10 on Channels Television, broadcasting live from Lagos and Abuja. A reminder of our main stories. House of Assembly impeaches Governor Murtala Nyako. Speaker takes over as acting governor. Interpol hands over alleged mastermind of the Nyanya bombing to the Nigerian police. Federal government accuses Bring Back Our Girls campaigners of aborting president's meeting with Chibok parents. And Israel resumes airstrikes on Gaza as Hamas rejects ceasefire proposal, calls it an ambush. Well, all our top stories can be found on our website, ChannelsTV.com, and on YouTube.com/ChannelsWeb. Do visit mChannelsTV.com if you want to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. And we urge you to please interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS, and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. Right, well, we're going over to our studios in Abuja, and Gloria Umezioke is waiting there. Gloria,
thank you,
how are you doing?
And welcome to the nation's capital. Ahead of August's governorship election in Osun State, southwest Nigeria, the people of Ilesha today turned out en masse in support of the All Progressives Congress governorship candidate, Rauf Aregbesola, who is seeking re-election into office. At a rally to rake in more support in Ilesha, Governor Aregbesola promised the people continuity in his developmental drive if re-elected into office come August 9, 2014. The rally was attended by party faithful, including the governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, former governor of Osun State, Senator Isiaka Adeleke, and federal and state lawmakers.
Less than 30 days to the governorship elections in Osun State, the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, is not leaving anything to chance, and its campaign train made its stop in Ilesha, a politically relevant town in the state. The crowd on this rally ground gives the party some level of confidence. As the governor of Ogun State, Ibikunle Amosun, quickly warns the supporters not to be carried away by the opposition's style of governance.
I have said it before, and I'm going to say it openly again. It is an insult, big insult to our forebears, that they will reduce governance to distributing rice and beans. Amala politics is a thing of the past. We will develop all our states. That is the way Awolowo did it. That is the way our forefathers did it. It is when we develop our state that everybody will have money, that everybody will be able to fend for themselves. We will create wealth for our people.
Google messages also came from other party stalwarts, including Senator Isiaka Adeleke and the chairman of Osun State APC, Lowo Adebiyi, who asked the people to pick up their permanent voter cards from INEC before the election date. Governor Rauf Aregbesola is confident of victory at the polls, adding that his administration's achievements speaks for him.
We provide empowerment for youth who have left school but without job. We cater for the elderly who lack care. We develop infrastructure that will grow the economy. I do not have any doubt in my mind that the majority of our people are solidly behind us, and they will return us on the 9th of August for another 4-year term.
The governorship election holds August 9, 2014, and only the electorate will determine who leads them into 2015.
The People's Democratic Party (PDP) caucus in the House of Representatives has passed a vote of confidence on the president, endorsing him for a second term in office. Well, House Leader Mulikat Adiola Akonde disclosed this to journalists at the end of a meeting of the legislators with President Goodluck Jonathan and some state governors elected on the party's platform. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwal, who was, however, absent at the meeting, attended by his deputy, Emeka Ihedioha, at the new banquet hall of the presidential villa in Abuja. Mrs. Adiola Akonde also hinted that security issues were discussed at the meeting and the government was commended on efforts to restore peace in some troubled parts of the country. The planned meeting of the president with parents of the Chibok schoolgirls has been aborted. President Goodluck Jonathan had yesterday promised visiting Pakistani rights campaigner Malala Yousafzai and that he would meet the parents of the girls. But the meeting was allegedly frustrated by members of the Bring Back Our Girls group campaigning for the release of the schoolgirls. Well, briefing State House correspondents, the Senior Special Assistant in Public Affairs to the President, Dr. Doyin Okupe, said that the President has directed that a fresh letter be written to the Chibok parents to enable them meet next week.
That meeting was scheduled for 4 p.m. today. It was at the instance of the request that was made by Malala, on the President, and the President graciously agreed within 24 hours to meet with them, and he actually gave an appointment for 4 p.m. Unfortunately, the Bring Back Our Girls leadership prevailed on the parents and the girls and stopped them from coming. Therefore, what happened was that they actually shunned the meeting with Mr. President. Because the foreign media and everybody was waiting for this meeting, since they were no longer coming, and they've made it expressly clear to us that they were not coming. In fact, that the girls were already just a few minutes away from Chibok. Well, the meeting obviously was aborted, but was aborted by the failure of the parents and the girls to show up. They actually shunned the meeting. The president was waiting. The vice president the president was waiting. The NSA was waiting. Top government officials were waiting to receive them and for, private consultation, with Mr. President, as promised. It was the leadership of the Bring Back Our Girls that brought them to Abuja. So, that gave them some leverage. They invited them to Abuja. They brought them to Abuja. So they more or less, I'm sure they accommodated them. So, they have, some leverage over them. But also, more importantly, is that it is obvious now that the Bring Back Our Girls, were just interested in some showmanship, not really genuinely concerned, with the plight of the children and with the plight of their parents. That is what has become quite obvious and quite, clinically clear, by this action.
We are not giving up. This is what the campaigners calling for the rescue of the Chibok girls are saying as they defy the rains in the nation's capital in Abuja today to demand the rescue of the girls by the government. The campaigners say they want action from the government and security agencies and not mere talk.
This is the 92nd day since these guys were taken from us, and this is the 77th day since we've been coming out. We have always been expecting that the government will act faster, but since the government is not acting as fast as we want, we are not going to be tired. We are not going to stop. These girls are not yet back, and they are our priority, and until they are back, we are not going to stop. And like I always say in the sit-out, our priority is to make sure that these girls are back and alive, and they are well being taken care of because of the trauma that they will pass through. But that is not our biggest challenge today. We have other pressing issues in Nigeria. We have the issue of corruption. We have the issue of bad governance. We have the issue of unemployment. We have the issue of substandard education. We have a lot of negativism triumphing in Nigeria. We don't want it to go on no more. We want a situation where the government will take responsibility, where there will be accountability in the government. So that's our priority, that's our big focus.
Well, meanwhile, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwal, has advised the executive to negotiate with the Boko Haram sect if this is what it would take to bring back the abducted schoolgirls. Mr. Tambuwal, who met with the Bring Back Our Girls campaigners at the National Assembly, said a negotiation does not amount to submission, but a strategy and a means to an end. The campaigners explained that they were at the assembly to clear their doubts on government's commitment in rescuing the girls. Our correspondent, Omelogo Nadi, reports.
It's been 92 days since the abduction of over 200 girls from a government secondary school in Chibok, Borno State, and 77 days since the Bring Back Our Girls campaign started across the country. 72 days ago, the leader of the campaign group in Abuja met with House of Representatives leadership over efforts to secure the release of the girls. And today, they are back to get an update and the reassurance that something concrete is being done.
What are we asking for?
The truth, nothing but the truth. We are faced with a lot of conflicting signals from the various voices that can speak on this issue. So we really want to know, are we hopeful on any specific option that is being taken, or are we still in a land of analyzing which option may be appropriate?
This matter cannot disappear like so many other matters that have disappeared. These children are our children, they are our sisters. Unfortunately, most unfortunately, government seems to see something sinister, and yet we're an open group.
While assuring the campaigners that efforts are on to secure the girls' release, the Speaker of the House of Representatives said government must negotiate with the insurgents if that is the option to bring the girls back.
If negotiations is what will bring back, for example, Chibok girls, for goodness sake, let's negotiate and save the children. Negotiations is not submitting. You are not just submitting. You are not. It's a strategy. So let's get these girls out, and then if you want to confront them, you go ahead and confront them and take them head on. But whatever we need to do, we must do as a government to bring back these girls safely and alive.
The Speaker said government is facing such insurgency for the first time with a security apparatus that is ill-prepared for the challenge. But he urged the campaigners not to relent on their efforts to constantly bring pending issues before the authorities and demand accountability. Omelogo Nadi, Channels Television News.
Well, the suspected mastermind of the April 2014 bomb blast in Nyanya, Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Aminu Oguche, has been extradited from Sudan, where he allegedly escaped to after the incident, which claimed over 70 lives. While addressing journalists at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, Coordinator of the National Information Center, Michael Miri, says Mr. Aguche was arrested and extradited from Sudan with the cooperation of the Sudanese government. He gave the assurance that the federal government is committed to winning the war against insurgents in the country.
The effort to get our girls back is top priority of the government of Nigeria. Besides that, this is also evident that the armed forces of Nigeria and security services and all agencies are working hard to put this thing behind us as a nation. So therefore, it is time for all of us to come together, stand with our people, stand with our government, stand with our armed forces and the security services, so that we can build a peaceful, united, progressive and prosperous country once again.
When the news at 10 returns, the federal government shares 684 billion naira to the 3 tiers of government for the month of June. That's in business news. Join us again.